Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am here to talk about my first one brand review. So I had received a request from a subscriber to do a review on some Calvin Klein perfumes. So I had a lot of Calvin Klein perfumes in my collection anyways. There were a ton that I wanted to add to my collection or test. So I put in a huge order with FragranceNet. I got I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 11 fragrances or something. For really, really inexpensive. I think for less than $120. So I ordered most of them so I could make this video. Some of them, a few of them are still in their boxes. Spoiler alert, the ones that are in their boxes I do not like, so I will be reselling or passing on to somebody. Anything that's not in its box though, well, except for one. There's one that I will be reselling that is not in a box because it came as a tester. Anyways, too much intro. Let's just jump into the fragrances that I have here. So I'll just go through each fragrance. I'm going to talk about the notes. I'm going to tell you what year it came out and tell you if it's something that I enjoy or not. So the first one that I picked up was called Eternity Moment. Now this is a flanker of the original Eternity. There have been quite a few flankers that have come out of Eternity, and this one is in a bottle just like Eternity. So it's got a really pretty light pink liquid to it. This doesn't smell bad by any means. It just doesn't smell great. There's nothing about this that pulls me in or makes me want to wear it. There's nothing about this fragrance that excites me. So Eternity Moment came out in 2004. This is lychee, pomegranate blossom, water lily, Chinese pink, peony, guava, musk, and woody notes. And I think I expected more from it. Like I say, it's perfectly fine. It's just not my cup of tea. It's perfectly plain smelling, and there's just nothing about it that draws me in. So that is Eternity Moment. The next one I want to talk about is not Eternity, I'm sorry, Contradiction. So this was one that I had actually never heard of until I was looking at them. So I purchased this based solely on the notes that were listed. And this one's hard for me to touch because I've got this weird thing with thinly ribbed metal. I don't like to touch it. It freaks me out. But this is a huge bottle. It's really, really heavy and substantial. You pull the top off and this is what you get. This one is not bad, but again, it's just, there's nothing exciting about it. There's nothing really nice smelling about it. It's just kind of meh. It kind of smells like I don't know, like a natural cleaning product or something. It's just not great. So Contradiction, came out in 1998. This is rose, peony, jasmine, lily of the valley, eucalyptus, which I was really excited because I love eucalyptus, but I don't smell the eucalyptus in this, and I think it's because the eucalyptus is muddled by all of the other flowers, so it just ends up smelling strange. Pear blossom, orchid, syringa, sandal, and tonka. And like I say, there is just nothing good about this. It's not bad. It's just, I think I was hoping for more of that eucalyptus to come through, and it really doesn't. It's just muddled up by all the florals, which just make it smell weird. So there is that one. Okay, let's get into some that I love. So the first one that I want to talk about is one that I adore. This is called Beauty by Calvin Klein. So these are all Calvin Klein, of course. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful, soft, sort of sweet floral. Oh, I love this perfume so much. This is a good one. So this has only got 3 notes listed for it. This came out in 2010, and this is ambrette seed, jasmine, and cedar. Those are the only 3 notes I could find. It's gorgeous. It's really, really beautiful. It dries down on the skin to smell kind of like a mature floral, but not mature in a bad way. It's just not like a sweet candy floral or anything like that. It's not a modern floral smell. It's It's just beautiful. It's like a woody floral. I just love it. Beauty is a good name for it because it's really, really beautiful. Okay, the next one is a flanker of that perfume, and it is called Sheer Beauty. And this is another one that I love. Oh gosh, this is really, really beautiful. Like the name kind of says, it is a sheer floral. It's a lighter, more airy, more wearable floral than the original Beauty. So this came out in 2012, and this is bergamot, red berries, peach bellini, peony, pink lily, jasmine, sandalwood, musk, and vanilla blossom. And it's beautiful. It's a light, airy, beautiful spring, summer, just easy to wear floral perfume. So if you're looking for something like that, Sheer Beauty would be a great option. Okay, getting into some more that I love. I adore the CK1 kind of line of fragrances, and I picked up a new one that I've had my eye on for quite some time, and this is CK1 for Her. So this comes in red packaging, and this was released in 2014. Did I say CK1 Red for Her? That's what it is, CK1 Red for Her. This again came out in 2014. This is watermelon, violet, patchouli, white amber, and skin musk. Now, I will tell you that I believe the watermelon and patchouli together just end up smelling like cucumber. I was a little bit disappointed that I couldn't smell the watermelon in this at all, but this is such a beautiful, fresh fragrance. This is one of those that will be like a summertime staple. It's just going to be so beautiful and crisp and clean and fresh smelling in the summertime. This has quite good longevity for being such a fresh type perfume. I just really, really love this one. But again, don't purchase this thinking that you're going to get like a strong watermelon note, because I don't smell watermelon at all. The notes together end up smelling like a fresh cut cucumber. So if you're into that, you might like this one, but I really, really enjoy that. Okay, the next one that I have to talk about is Truth from Calvin, well, they're all Calvin Klein, I'm so sorry, is Truth. And this one is beautiful. So this came out in 2000, and this is bamboo, wet woods, white peony, vanilla, white amber, and sandalwood. And this is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous, fresh, very, very light green fragrance. I don't have many green fragrances in my collection. I will be very, very soon doing a video on the very few green perfumes that I do have in my collection. This will be added in there. This is gorgeous. It really does smell like wet bamboo, like you're walking through a wet forest. Or where I live, we have these huge bamboo like forests everywhere. And it grows very, very rapidly, and it like multiplies. And this reminds me of like if I were to walk in one in the middle of those bamboo kind of forests after it had just rained or something. It's beautiful, it's calming, it's a very zen fragrance, and I really love this one. Okay, moving right along. The next one I have to talk about is one that I will be passing on because this one did not work for me, and that is Calvin Klein Women. So, out of the bottle, this one smells so, so nice. Oh, it's beautiful. It's got some really beautiful notes in this, and the packaging is quite interesting. It's got this big eyeball on it. But unfortunately on my skin, this just smells horrible. It does something very, very strange with my chemistry, and it ends up smelling really, really bad. But this came out in 2018, and this is, again, eucalyptus, black pepper, citruses, orange blossom, magnolia, jasmine absolute, cedar, olibanum, and ambrox. So I'm pretty sure that is the ambrox in this perfume that doesn't work well with my chemistry. There are a lot of like modern perfumes that are coming out that have, well, I mean perfumery in general. There are quite a few perfumes that have ambrox in the base or ambrox and things like that, and those typically don't work on my chemistry. So I should have known that this one would not work for me either. Like I say, it smells really, really beautiful in the bottle, and if it ends up smelling anything on your skin like it does in the bottle, it's going to be stunning. But unfortunately, the Ambrox turns weird with my chemistry, and this one does not work for me, but really, really nice perfume. Okay. The next one that I want to talk about is the OG Eternity. I remember when this came out, I think I was in the 5th grade maybe. Everybody wore this. It was like all the older kids wore it, even in elementary school, which is funny because if you really think about how long has perfume been around in your life that you remember clearly, you know, fragrances, even when you were a little kid, people wore perfume. So anyways, yeah, I remember being in elementary school when this came out. It was released in 1988. This is fresh citrus, green notes, violet, lily of the valley, carnation, heliotrope, pink sandalwood, and musk. This is still a very nice fragrance. There's nothing old-fashioned smelling about this. There's nothing vintage smelling about this. There's nothing weird smelling about this. This is not like an 80s style perfume by any means. This is still a very fresh, floral, citrusy type creation. And there's nothing wrong with this. I think I would really enjoy smelling this on somebody else. I don't enjoy wearing it. This is not my cup of tea. I typically don't go for this type of fresh perfume, but this is a really, really beautiful fragrance that has really stood the test of time, and I think would just make a great signature for anybody. It's an easy to wear fragrance and it's just stunning. So that is Eternity. Okay, the next one that I have to talk about is another one that disappointed me, and that is Reveal. So, sorry, I still have it in its box because this will be going somewhere. I did just pick it up in the roller ball, which I'm very happy that I did. This is along the same lines of My DKNY. So if you enjoy My DKNY, I believe, and it's hard for me to say that without like, I don't know, slurring or something. But if you enjoy that perfume, the one that comes in like the heart-shaped bottle with like the New York City skyline cap, if you enjoy that perfume, you will probably enjoy Reveal. This, when you spray it straight out of the, when you smell it straight out of the bottle, it is very, very peppery. So if you like those kind of peppery type, spicy almost smelling perfumes, you might really like this one. So again, this came out in 2014. This is Salt Accords, white and black pepper. So 2 different types of pepper, which is what is, it like assaults my nose as soon as I take the cap off of this. Iris, ambergris, sandalwood, vetiver, cashmere, and musk. So again, very peppery. You get a little bit of floral in the background or something. It says it's got salty accords. I don't smell anything salty. The pepper in this is so overpowering. It's basically all I can smell, and that was all I could smell when it dried down on my skin. So this is not for me. I don't enjoy this perfume, but I do think that if you enjoy My DKNY, again, this is one that you may enjoy. Okay. The next one is an OG. I love this fragrance. This came out when I was in high school, and everybody in the high school I went to wore this. So this is CK1. This was released in 1994. I remember this being very edgy at the time because it was very heavily marketed towards both men and women. This was the first fragrance that I really remember being marketed as a truly unisex. This fragrance is for everybody and anybody. Truly, anybody could wear this, and I just remember that being so cool at the time, and I still think it's really cool. It is a beautiful fragrance. I love the smell of this on both women and men, and I still adore wearing this one. So I just have a little half-ounce bottle here because I do keep it mostly for nostalgic reasons, but this is one that I really do enjoy wearing as well. So again, this came out in 1994. This is quite complex for being like a fresh type fragrance. This is pineapple, green notes, mandarin, orange, papaya, bergamot, cardamom, lemon, nutmeg, violet, orris root, jasmine, lily of the valley, rose, freesia, sandalwood, amber, musk, cedar, oak moss, green tea, and green accord. So quite a laundry list of notes there, but really, really beautiful. This is another one that has really stood the test of time. This would be a great signature. This still lasts really well on the skin. I seriously doubt it lasts as well as the original formulation, but it does still last quite a long time on the skin and is still just a gem. I adore it. Staying in the kind of CK1 vein, we're going to talk about CK1, sorry, not CK1, this is CKB. So I love the fragrance of this. This unfortunately has massive longevity issues. You can spray this on all over, douse yourself in it, and 15 minutes later you will smell nothing. On my skin anyways. If any of you own this and wear this and get any kind of longevity out of it, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to know. This came out in 1996. This is bergamot, mandarin, juniper, lavender, peppermint, green notes, jasmine, orchid, freesia, magnolia, peach, cedar, amber, musk, sandal, and vanilla. And it's really gorgeous. The sprayer on this is atrocious too. It's like it just barely sprays anything. Oh gosh, I love the smell of this though. It smells so beautiful and fresh. Like all the CK1, CKB, CK into you, they're all really beautiful smelling. But unfortunately, most of them have longevity issues, and this is no stranger to longevity issues. So that is CKB. Okay, second to last is my absolute favorite perfume from Calvin Klein of all time, and that is Calvin Klein Escape. So I do have an older bottle here. Mine is nuclear. Mine lasts absolutely forever on the skin. I can do a couple of sprays in the morning and I will still smell this very, very strongly 12 hours later. It is a stunning fragrance. This is another one that is an oldie but has super, super great longevity and has really, really stood the test of time. So this was released in 1991, and this is another one that was released when I was, I believe, in middle school, and another one that I remember everybody wearing. Calvin Klein perfumes have really been there like throughout my entire life. I really remember the release of them more than any other fragrances ever. I really remember when these ones were released, and I really remember everybody wearing them. Now, that might have just been when in the area of the country that I grew up, which was in the Seattle area in the Pacific Northwest. It might have just been a thing there. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have similar experiences of remembering when all of these Calvin Klein perfumes were released and everybody going crazy and everybody that you knew wearing them. Okay, so again, released in 1991, this is chamomile, apple, lychee, mandarin, rose, plum, peach, coriander, and sandalwood, and it's stunning. This is sweet, and I think it's supposed to be a little bit aquatic smelling. I kind of get the aquatic. I don't smell chamomile or anything like that. It's hard to pinpoint any one note in this because it's beautifully blended and it is so, so unique. I adore this fragrance. If you have not gotten your nose on Calvin Klein Escape, I highly suggest you do. Okay, and the last but not least is a newer one to my collection, but one that I had been wanting for quite some time, and that is Secret Obsession. Now, I don't know why I didn't pick up Obsession and Obsession Night. I really do need to get those into my collection. One of these days I will, and maybe I'll just do a video on those two fragrances alone. But this is a flanker of Obsession, and this is Secret Obsession. This is beautiful. This still has the Obsession DNA, but there is a heavy, heavy floral note in this, but this is stunning. So this came out in 2008. This is plum, which is one of my favorite notes in perfumery, nutmeg, rose de damask, jasmine, orange blossom, tuberose, cashmere woods, Madagascar vanilla, burnt amber, and sandalwood. And you really, really get the strong tuberose in the middle. but the tuberose is tempered by the sandalwood and what else is in here? And the vanilla. So it's, and the plum for sure. So it's like a sweet floral. It's just beautiful. Plummy. It's stunning. I love this fragrance. If you have not smelled Secret Obsession and you know you like tuberose, definitely get your nose on that one. Okay. The next one, the next three and the last three that I'm going to talk about, and I think I made a mistake by saying that Secret Obsession was the last one. It is not. The last three that I have to talk about are Euphoria and two of its flankers. So we will start out with the original Euphoria. This is an old signature of mine. I wore this a few years after it came out for probably a year or so exclusively. I still adore this. This is probably my second favorite ever Calvin Klein fragrance. I adore it. So this was released in 2005, and this is Rosehip, Japanese Apple, Green Leaves, Lotus, Black Orchid, Redwoods, Black Violet, and Amber. And this is stunning. I love this perfume. This is warm, and it's rich, and it's deep, and it is so, so nice. It's very unique smelling to my nose. This works beautifully with my body chemistry. It's just a stunning, stunning fragrance. If you have not given Calvin Klein Euphoria a try, I highly suggest that you do. Okay, the next one that I have to talk about is called Endless Euphoria, and I love this bottle. It's like the Euphoria bottle. Mine are just little half ounces, but it's just a really cool like fan shape, like upside down fan shape. It's very, very cool. But this is like a lighter, fresher version of Euphoria. It smells nothing like the original Euphoria, but it's still a very light, fresh, airy, tiny, tiny bit powdery floral fragrance. Oh, it's really beautiful. This reminds me of something else, so it's definitely not groundbreaking. It's not like very unique smelling, but it is really nice and just a really nice everyday, easy to wear, something that you could just easily spray on if you didn't know what to wear. It's that type of fragrance. Endless Euphoria came out in 2014, and this is cherry blossom, mandarin, bergamot, pastel rose, violet, bamboo, sandalwood, and musk. And you really do get the rose in here, but it is like the combination of violet and rose. You really smell the violet for sure. It's just beautiful, and that's probably why I'm saying it smells like something else to me, because it almost smells like it could be like a Guerlain fragrance because it's got such a heavy violet note in it. And it probably is reminding me of like a touch of insolence and things like that. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. So that is Endless Blossom. And then the last one that I have to talk about is Deep Euphoria. And this, to me, to my nose, this is very, very reminiscent of Midnight Poison by Dior. So if you've never smelled Midnight Poison, this reminds me a lot of it. Now, it's definitely not the same fragrance. It's not a dupe for it. Nothing like that. All I'm saying is that it's that type of fragrance. It reminds me of that, and probably because both have a heavy patchouli note in the base. Okay, so I'm probably going to butcher this, but this is Cascalone Molecule, Mandarin Leaf, White Pepper, Rose, White Peony, Patchouli, and Musk. And like I say, a very heavy patchouli in the base. This is a deep, dark, nighttime-like perfume. This is not going to be for everybody. Again, does not smell like the original Euphoria. But, oh, I really, really love it. So that is Deep Euphoria. So anyways, guys, those are all of the Calvin Klein fragrances that I have in my collection. I know this video was so long, so if you hung in there throughout the entire thing, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!